What's up guys, Trey Lowell here, and everyone's talking about the autofocus update on the Panasonic GH5. Here are my first impressions, coming up next. So there are a ton of videos out there on how to update your Panasonics with the new auto update features. So I'm not gonna go through that, but I wanna jump into my first-hand experience so far. I've had the update on the camera for just a little over a week now, but I thought I'd give you guys an insight on how it's performing so far. So currently I am recording in the autofocus feature, continuous autofocus, with what I would consider the custom settings. Now, in the beginning, it starts out very small with the custom settings, and if you're willing to go into the settings features, you can scale up what the continuous autofocus would be. So like I said, currently, I'm recording in that mode, and just to give you guys a little bit of an example of how it performs, this is just gonna be a one cut so you can get a first taste, but let's see how it works. Okay. And back to me. And it looks like it locked in, and let's go out of frame. And we'll come back in. Looks like it locked in. So compared to the autofocus that it used to have, one thing I'm noticing is that it's definitely quicker. I'm using the 12 to 35 f2.8 Lumix lens. And I do find sometimes if I put an object right in front of my face, which it was just locked on, it takes a little bit longer. And also, let's give my hand a try real quick. Now this is the one thing I find with my hand is that the actual texture of my hands, there's just not, oh, it caught it, nice. So, and back to my face. So far so good, and let's bring in card holder, put that up there, boom. And we'll open it up, just like that. All right, so you guys can see, and back to my face. And so overall, I mean, from what I can tell, this autofocus is far more superior than the old autofocus. Now, I did go into the custom settings and I messed around with the sensitivity and the speed, and I went, I think, to like a +3 and a +2 for the categories. I do want the speed and I also want the sensitivity. Now, we can debate what the best settings are, but this is just what I'm giving a shot for the continuous custom autofocus settings. And last but not least, I really just want to give you guys the tracking, because that is something I used to use with my Panasonic GH4 when I record these videos, and a lot of times it was going in and out of focus. So I'm very interested to see how that performs. Okay, so we are officially in the auto tracking, the face recognition tracking mode for the GH5, and I just wanted to give you guys an example of kind of coming out of frame, into frame, so that you guys can see how the face detection works. Now, I wanna give one small little pointer that I've kind of come across over the years, is that it's almost better to go ahead and set your tracking and tell the camera what it needs to be tracking, hit record, walk off frame, and then come back in. And I honestly think it's just because it gives the camera a little bit of like insight of what it needs to go ahead and track, get it tracked up, get the box green, and then go ahead and start doing what you're doing. So far, kind of looking at it, it's following me around, looking up at my monitor. And if I come out and I come back in, don't know how that's performing. We'll have to throw that in post, and I'll put my hand up. Now, it's not gonna really detect my hand because it's on face and face recognition. So I should, when I drop my hand, it should go right back to my face. Yeah, and I mean, as far as like coming in, pretty quick, coming out. All right, and back to my kind of like money spot. And I'm shooting at a f2.8. I do want some depth of field. So it's definitely, if I shot at a higher f-stop, more would be in focus, and I actually think that would probably help even more with the camera as far as staying in focus. But this is the tracking, and overall I just wanted to give you guys a quick first impression of my experience with the autofocus. Over the next couple of weeks, now that I have it on my camera, I plan on doing some B-roll shots, maybe even seeing how it pulls focus, which would be nice. But as always, guys, it's Trey Lowell with Lowell Productions, and if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you like the content I keep creating on my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, I'll see you guys in the next video.